Though it's simply named Ninja Warriors in the US, this is actually the sequel to the original Ninja Warriors, known as Ninja Warriors Again. When I first picked this game up, I dismissed it as just another decent but limited beat-em-up. You see, I broke one of my own rules and did something that I complain about other people doing. I didn't take the time to learn the game before making an assessment about it. However, I did eventually come back to this game and got the bright idea, which are few and far between with me it seems, that maybe, just maybe, there was more to the game than I previously thought. So I took a trip to Game FAQs to read a move FAQ, and sure enough there were a number of special moves available in the game that I had no idea about. Granted, my copy didn't come with the book, so thankfully there was an FAQ for the game. Imagine my surprise when the original writer of that FAQ actually commented on my original Underrated Gem video of this game I posted back in 2009. Once you finally learn the game, you find there's a lot more depth to its fighting system than at first glance. Each character is unique and has their own unique set of attributes and special moves to master. Once you get going though, you'll be hooked. If you're a fan of the genre like I am, this is definitely a great beat-em-up to invest in. The beat-em-up gameplay is smooth and satisfying, but also very challenging in its own right, sometimes downright frustrating. However, the game equals it out by giving the player infinite continues, which makes beating the game possible if you're sucky at games like I am. The true key to success in the game is mastering all the extra maneuvers each of the three characters has. Again, the fighting system has a lot more depth than it initially appears, and the extra moves, some exclusive to each character, add a lot more strategy to this game than found in the average beat-em-up. Players scroll left or right on the play screen using combos and special moves to dispatch hordes of enemies, and a power gauge slowly fills up at the bottom of the screen over time. Once fully powered, your ninja can unleash a big special attack that hits all enemies on screen and drains the power gauge completely, or a smaller combo special attack that drains it only partially. The catch being, if your character is knocked off their feet before the gauge is completely full, the gauge resets and starts counting down from the beginning. This adds another layer of strategy to the game, where sometimes you may find yourself waiting to move forward for the gauge to be fully powered, as a fully powered up gauge does not reset when you're knocked down. The story is, there is a tyrannical ruler that takes over a once powerful nation, and a resistance movement has sprung up to create 3 robot ninjas in order to depose this tyrant. In reality, the real story here is there's a giant army of fools trying to beat you up, and it's your job to beat them up first. Because, honestly, who really needs a story for a beat-em-up? Simply put, the whole point is just to beat everyone you see up. If it moves, punch it. That's the simple storyline in every beat-em-up. The controls are buttery smooths, the graphics look great by Super NES standards with large character sprites and not a single hint of slowdown, and the music is also spectacular classic Super NES fare. This game plays great, controls great, and looks great for its time. There are a number of people out there who consider Ninja Warriors to be the greatest or one of the greatest beat-em-ups of all time. And while I agree that this is a spectacular beat-em-up, there is one crippling issue I have with the game that would keep me from including it on the list of the best of all time. It's only single player. If you're not bothered by the lack of a two-player co-op option, then feel free to ignore this complaint. However, as for myself, this has always been a genre in gaming that shines brightest with more than one player playing. In fact, some of the frustrations in the game would be alleviated with just one other player to watch your back. I can't help but feel that they missed a big opportunity by making this game only single player. I mean, how much more awesome would this game be with co-op? That being said, taken for what it is, Ninja Warriors is still a spectacular Super Nintendo beat-em-up, and I would definitely say one of the best, even without the two-player option, and is certainly worth picking up a copy of. However, doing a quick eBay check on the average asking price for this game, I paid around $10 for in the year 2000. It appears that it now goes for around $100. Personally, I'm glad I own this game. It is certainly a good game, but I don't see it as $100 good.